Latest update on Cyclone Berguitta. As of 8 AM Mauritius time on January 17th, it was at 18.4 degrees south, 60.1 degrees east. Would you believe it is still moving west at this point slowly? It's got winds of 90 miles per hour, that's 150 kilometers per hour, and a pressure of 969 millibars. That's an estimate, not observed of course. The storm's expected to move towards Mauritius, of course. Class 3 warnings are in effect right now, and the storm could still have significant winds of hurricane force by the time it moves over or very near to the islands in the next 24 hours. The movement, we still don't know exactly when it's going to get there because it keeps defying the forecasts, and it always appears to be 24 hours away, but this time it does appear to be actually the case. It is still moving slowly towards the islands. As you can see, it's still some distance away, and the wind field appears to have shrunk slightly recently. It's still a stage 5 on the CDPS scale, which means that devastating damage is possible. As you can see, it's sort of in between Rodrigues and Mauritius by this point. It's the furthest west it's managed to get so far, but still some distance to go yet. Chances of storm conditions are still very high in Mauritius, which is probably experiencing some significant rainfall by now, and wind speeds will be getting up to sustained winds of tropical storm force, that's 65 kilometers per hour or higher throughout Wednesday, and those winds will gradually increase throughout the day with gusts possibly getting to 110 or 120 kilometers per hour. As you can see, by the end of the week, into the weekend, towards the end of the weekend, obviously the storm will be long gone, and good riddance to it as well. So that's the latest there. You can see the sea surface temperatures, they haven't changed much since the last update, which wasn't so long ago after all. They're still pretty warm, 27 or 28 degrees Celsius, which is more than enough to sustain a significant tropical cyclone. As we saw earlier, the wind shear appears to be closing in on Berguitta, which is perhaps contributing to its somewhat of a demise so far, but it is not a complete demise of course, and still is a very significant cyclone with those strong winds. And those are sustained winds of 150 kilometers per hour. There will be higher gusts if the center of the storm tracks anywhere near any of these islands. You just about saw the first visible image there of the day. You can also see the infrared imagery now. The eye is really no longer with us. It may come back though at some point, and that would be a bad surprise. But at the moment the storm is looking rather disorganized, and most of the deep convection is occurring on the northern side. That's probably where the strongest winds are, with the southern side really starting to fail at this point. But like any storm, it can come back quickly, so stay tuned. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which is still under construction at this point, but soon to be available at all times. You can also find us on YouTube, subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook, search Force 13 all in text and like our page, and we're also on Twitter, it's @Force13 the handle, if you'd like to get in touch on there. You can also find Force 13 on Skype, our account, and you can also have my personal account, Fool13, at extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat, and also find our partners Meteo e Cyclone Maurice on Facebook, the link's in the description. The next update will be at 6 PM.